Morning, officers. Welcome to day 2 of our security officers training course. This is the headquarters of the Nigerian Institute for Industrial Security, the first indigenous National Security Training and Certification Institute. Once again, my name is Rauto Osagede Collins Osayede, a certified security specialist, member Nigerian Institute for Industrial Security. By the grace of God, I'm the Managing Director, the Chief Executive Officer, Safe Integration System. So today's episode of Here We Talk About Security is featuring the role of security officers in policy, implementation, and asset protection. But before we begin, we're going to take ourselves through the fundamentals of industrial security functions, otherwise known as the basics, just to give us an overview of the entire job and what is expected of professional security officers. We did agree yesterday on our day 1 that irrespective of the job title, certification, years of experience in the security and safety related industry, we have one common goal, which is to guarantee the safety of lives, properties, information, and what? Image of the host facility, and definitely the location where that facility is what? Sited. And by and large, it encompasses our own national security. Business can only strive in a safe country. If there is crisis in Nigeria, across the 36 states, including FCT, will business open? No. No. Will they require the services of security personnel? No. That is where our community responsibility also comes in. So you can see that it goes beyond the perimeter fencing and the location where our company is what? Located. However, guarding against loss is a non-negotiable task. Loss can occur through arson, sabotage, conspiracy, assault, theft, stealing, fraud, embezzlement, willful damage, conspiracy, leakages, intentional or unintentional acts of criminality, unsafe working condition, unsafe acts. Who can help us with other criminal related? Sabotage, larceny, manslaughter, murder, arson, cyber threat. Thank you. Burglary. They are numerous. However, these criminal acts we are talking about doesn't just happen, but there are 3 constituent elements making up the crime triangle. They must first of all have the intention, nurture their desire, opportunity. So if you are able to remove the opportunity, you have denied them of carrying out that criminal act. Vis-a-vis, accident doesn't just happen, either at workplace or at home, because we also need the services of security officers in residential estates. It is as a result of the combination of these elements as well, where 88% is as a result of what? Human error. We have to narrow it down in percentages as factors. 2% as a result of what? Nature, otherwise known as the act of God, which we can never stop, like flooding, tsunami, volcanic eruption, any other act of God? Storm, earthquake, hurricane, volcanoes. Can we stop them? No. That is how God designed the world. And of course, 10% is as a result of what? Mechanical error. In a popular sentiment, they will say, I will manage it. Something is already giving you sign of developing fault. to human error, making 98.
Because human error has the most influence in that action at the time.
There's no money. That's the giving sign. The human have observed it.
I say you manage it.
They will say, I will manage it. That's why you see cases of vehicles breaking down on highway. When you notice there is a shift in the system, what do? Fix it. If you cannot replace, repair. If you cannot repair, replace. However, in cases of emergency, for example, like fire outbreak, fire doesn't just occur as well. It's as a result of what? 3 constituent elements: the oxygen, the heat, and fuel. The fuel here is not a petrochemical product per se, but any combustible material that, if given the opportunity to combine with others, boom. That's why we always recommend any electrical appliance that is not in use should be what? Turned off. We have an acronym then while we were still in the PGC, private gas companies. We actually formulated that while I was working as a supervisor. We call it CROC, confirm and reconfirm. Check very well, don't assume. Be sure. So when you are asked, are you sure? You say yes. Even the surveillance system will capture you that after you locked, you went back there again to check. That is confirm and
reconfirm.
However, there is a globally accepted firefighting formula, but only at the elementary stage, when it is very trivial. The pass. We are familiar with fire extinguishers. Where you have to pull the pin, hit the base, squeeze the lever, and what? Sweep from side to side.
That's when the fire is
At the elementary stage. Yes. If you get to a stage where your fire extinguisher can no longer curb it, what do then? Contact emergency response team immediately. Dialing 112 or 767. That is for Lagos. In Edo State, 112 or 739. In Delta State, who can help us with that? In Enugu State, they all have emergency response line. You must have heard some foreign music. Someone please call 911. That's the emergency response line over there. White regime. So keep yourself abreast of necessary emergency contact lines in every location where you go to. It's very, very important. It may not be for you personally, but as part of your community responsibility, you can save life. You can choose to remain anonymous, but put a call across. Even when you don't have airtime on your phone, they are toll-free. However, there are measures put in place to stop the menace of these criminal elements in the society. First is the 6 days of industrial security, which focuses on stopping it from happening. Otherwise, we call it the proactive measure, where you have to detect, delay, deny, deter, detain. But it is not your responsibility as an industrial security officer to detain. You can only delay. Then the police will be invited to make arrest. Who is in the right position to detain? Let's set the record straight. Secondly, we have the reactive measure, which only focuses on response and what? Recovery, which may not be forthcoming. That's why you hear cases of investigation is still ongoing. What is better, you uphold the proactive measure that focuses on stopping it from happening. So we will not be running scatter. If proper care is not taken, you as the officer dictates to a particular location, you are going, but you may not be going home when the case becomes so aggravated. And you know what that means. Now, In the cases of any form of emergency, accident, situation, or however it is, thorough investigation is highly recommended so as to unravel the root cause and effect of what has led to where we are. And your business owners should not be the one informing you of the situation at hand, but you are in the right position to let them know what has happened. This is what you are doing, and this is what you are going to do. Send a preliminary report, keeping them abreast of the situation at hand, so that your customers, visitors, vendors, as the case may be, they still have that safe feeling to be safe doing business with your facility. And your investigative report must provide answers to critical and the globally accepted investigative questions, the 5 WH. What happened? Who did it? When did it happen? Where did it happen? Why and how? You must be guided with the notion that your investigative report shouldn't be based on emotions. It shouldn't be biased. It is not an opportunity for you to revenge over previous experience with the suspects. We call them suspects because it is only the honorable court that have the right to say this is who is responsible based on legal interpretations of our statutory provisions. They remain suspect. You must tender proof of evidence beyond reasonable doubt. Yes, they remain as what? Suspects until proven guilty or not guilty at the honorable court. In a nutshell, after all these have been done, you must what? Document for reference purpose. So as the job begins, we can still reflect back if there is any need. Your report must be guided by the BCM principle, Business Continuity Management Concept. Your report is what the business owners will use to make business decisions. You see why you must take off biased judgment, take off emotions. Don't take side. Don't be sentimental. Professional security officers are expected to be what? Neutral. Everyone must take responsibilities for his or her actions. Then, as a CSO, we did an investigation of a missing laptop in my event center where I was hired. At the end of the day, our investigative report proved that one of my team members and the actual officer of our staff who reported the missing laptop, they conspired to steal the laptop. What do? We have to do our recommendation. Actually invited the investigating team of the PGC we hired then to also do their investigation. And we arrived at what? Same conclusion. I didn't say because this one was my team member or because the other one was my staff. We handed them over to the police for what? Proper interrogation. That's why you hear us say, you are going, or you may not be going home. There is always a stage where you have to go and explain better. You are still a suspect. So if we are no longer satisfied with the expert judgment of the highly respected Nigerian police, then we can charge the case to court for legal interpretation. Any questions so far before we proceed with the slides?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please shoot.
Just want to understand write down the 5 Ds of
6 days.
6 Ds.
All right. Okay. It begins with what your observation have given you or what you have captured from the security surveillance system. Detect. That's the first D. After detection, what do? You delay so that you can unravel the root cause and effect. The third, detail. How many do we have there now? 4. And someone drop the last 2 for us. One is that should be the last. There's one other 3 before. Yes. Before we arrive at a conclusion, we must strike a balance in between. I need one of us to test. Is still under probation. Like we said yesterday, security professionals and safety practitioners are still deliberating on that. If it is to be adopted or not. The text, delay, deter, deny. Have I helped you with that now?
Deny.
It's complete now.
And deny. I have an argument on that.
You have an argument?
Yes.
Alright, please shoot.
The argument is before
Last one is destroyed.
before detection.
Destroy.
Yes.
Defense should come because the key aspect of security is to defend first.
Yeah, destroy.
Then
To destroy all.
as you are defending,
Yes.
as you defend perimeter one yard, then you detect possible crime. Then
Thank you.
maybe you can delay. Then you can deny. Maybe you see someone want to, escape through your friend.
Yes.
You can deny them by being visible.
Yes.
After denying, or even asking questions. Then you can now come to the that one destroy. After that one destroy, you can just say,
Okay. Yes. Good contribution there. Now, why security professionals and safety practitioners are still deliberating on if to be adopted or not? We already have a line of defense, which is your perimeter fencing. So every of that of these 6 has to do with what the professional security personnel are enforcing to do. It is action, not static. Was that helpful? Any other contribution, observation, criticism before we proceed with the slides? Alright, in the absence of no contribution, I would like to draw the curtain here by having a recap and telling you all you are welcome to day 2 of the security officers training. And at this point, we say be safe always.
Thank you, sir.